and I've got a new subscription to show you today. I love unboxing new subscriptions. Love that variety. This one is sent to us from comicmysterybox.com, so you can probably guess what this mystery package is. It is a mystery comic service. Lately we've been getting, for the last few months, comicofthemonth.club. This is a similar service, but this one is 15 comics for $27.95. Now that includes shipping. So basically, you know, I'm going to be comparing it to Comic of the Month Club because they're similar, and it's what I'm used to, what I've been getting. Comic of the Month Club is 9 comics for 20. So this is 15 for $27.95. So that's pretty comparable. So pretty good value. They're calling their box a $60 to $90 value of comics. What I'm going to do is kind of look up some values of these comics for the second half of the video, just to kind of get a ballpark of where we're looking at value. This is the June box. It contains a variant and 2 quote-unquote hot comics. Now, if you go to their website, comicmysterybox.com, you can actually see what the variant for this particular month and what the other comics that they are showcasing are for this month, and then the rest of them are random comics. According to the website, you know, first issues, older comics, newer comics, it pretty much runs the gamut. So we're going to check this out. How do we evaluate comic boxes? There's a lot of different things that I look at. Number one, packaging, condition, how easy it is to open without damaging the comics, what condition the comics are in, etc. So we've got a priority mail package. This is how a lot of the comic services do it. Nothing wrong with that. It came in pretty good shape. A little nick on the corner, but nothing that would damage anything. So we're just going to open her up and see what we've got. I'm going to delicately use my knife. I've gotten pretty good at being able to kind of do it without any risk of damage. There we go. Now I got the thing. Alright, so we take it out of priority mail. We've got a cardboard sleeve. That's all taped up. Alright. So, our comics, we're going to kind of leave them upside down, because that's the way well, they won't work that way. Alright, so let's look at the packaging. It's clear packaging. The comics are not bag and boarded. They're just in one big bag. So, you know, obviously prefer them individually bagged and boarded, but these are in pretty solid shape. I'm not seeing any kind of obvious damage. For me, I like them individually rather than taped into one plastic bag. So let's see what we've got. So slide them out real carefully. There we go. Like so. Alright, so these don't seem to be in any particular order, so we'll just kind of go through them. First one is one of the comics that is listed as one of the comics that's in every one of the June boxes. That is Daredevil vs. Punisher #1. So this is actually a parental advisory comic. You see it there. So we've got our first #1 issue, one of the featured comics in this month. Again, the quality is good, no damage or anything, but it's something that I'm going to have to get out my own bags and boards and all that kind of stuff, which, you know, some of the other services already have them individually wrapped. Alright, next one. We've got Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the Marvel Now version. This is also a #1. So Guardians of the Galaxy, Tomorrow's Avengers. Cool, looks good, good shape, a #1, which is nice, from the Marvel Now. Alright, lots of ones here. So Daredevil, #1 from Marvel Now as well. So these are, you know, obviously these are later, you know, later series, later comics. Easier to get number ones, but number ones they are. So this is great for someone who is just starting out getting comics, because you're getting a lot of number ones, right? And, you know, maybe some longtime collectors are in different, you know, getting different series, getting variants, things like that, and they're missing out on some number ones. This is good for that as well. All right, we've got Ms. Marvel, number one. This is an interesting cover, kind of action figure cover there. Series 1. I'm not sure. This looks like it's about 2015 or so. And it says variant edition on it. And the direct edition, obviously, which goes to comic book stores. All right. We've got Uncanny X-Men from Marvel now, number 1. So we're getting some number ones from Marvel now, most of them. And that's actually really cool for me because I haven't read any of these. So I don't have any of these number ones from the Marvel Now titles. All right, we've got, what is this? Batman, Superman, number 10. Wonder Woman on the cover. This is a very cool cover. I've seen this cover before. I've seen some variants as well, and I dig this. I dig this one a lot. Again, it's not a number one, but it's a very cool, very popular cover, and featuring Wonder Woman there. Very cool comic. All right, we're into DC Rebirth. This is DC Rebirth Aquaman number 1. I love getting these Rebirth comics because I missed them all, right? So they came out so bulky and so fast, and I wasn't going to be able to, you know, buy. So I'm way behind now. So this is a good one to have. Yeah, it's still going to take me a long time to catch up, but starting with a number 1 is the way I want to do it. So there's Aquaman number 1 from DC Rebirth. All right, this is the variant cover comic that is featured in this box, and that is Wonder Woman number 47. This is a black and white variant cover featuring Harley. You can't go wrong there, right? Two of my very favorites together on the same cover. Very cool. I'm looking forward to actually reading this one. Variant cover there, very cool. I dig it. All right. We've got Doctor Strange, number 1. I think from Marvel Now as well. It's hard for me to tell because it just says now. Number 1 now. So if anybody has any insight on that, Doctor Strange and the Sorcerer Supreme. Can't quite tell when this is from, but very cool anyway. All right. Oh, I'm very happy to get this one too. This is the Hulk, number 1. This is the first issue of the She-Hulk taking over that Hulk moniker after Bruce's death in Secret Wars. So very nice. Again, this is one that I wanted to get anyway, but I never did. So getting this in my set is perfect. Perfect. She-Hulk, one of my absolute favorite characters. So another good pull there. All right, here's a comic I actually have, to believe it or not. And this is Uncanny Avengers number 1 for Marvel Now. I've actually got this one, but again, it's a number 1. We're getting a lot of Marvel Now number 1s. Ooh, a Star Wars comic. Star Wars Shattered Empire. This is number 1 for Marvel, from the new Marvel Star Wars comics that they've recently kind of started up again. I'm really looking forward to the Darth Vader series, which I will actually probably go out and buy. Because the story is something that's really interesting. So, very cool to get a Star Wars comic, especially number 1. All right. Ooh, this is very cool. This is Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures. So this is kind of kind of taken off from the animated series, and it's got a little Nickelodeon branding down there as well for the Turtles. This is number 1. This is a subscription cover, so if you subscribe to the comics, this is the one you had. So very cool. Hard to beat those two Phantoms together. Okay, another Batman. This is Batman Rebirth number 1. Awesome. Very, very awesome. I love getting these number 1 rebirths. They're going to be my favorite parts of getting these boxes. And lastly, this is the 3rd comic that was featured on their site. It came in every box this month, and that is Secret Empire number 0. So this is the kind of, what do they call it? Not prequel. This is the prologue to the Secret Empire, which is going on right now in the Marvel Universe, the big crossover event for the summer. So, you know what? I'm impressed. I really like these. Now, they're all newer comics. So unlike some, the other ones that I've been getting, there aren't, you don't have some vintage comics in there. You don't have any preferences to give. They're pretty much going to give you what they give you. But it's kind of made up for the fact that they feature 3 comics and they tell you what they are, and they're hot comics or their variants or what have you. So if we're just talking about, we're going to add up the covers and see what we've got. And we're back. Just adding up the covers of these 15 comics, we're right at $60. So $69 to value, you're right there. And for $27.95, it's hard to go wrong. Now, obviously, some of these aren't going to be as valued as they were when they came out. You can usually find comics as time goes on, either going up or down. I'm not going to kind of go into the actual price guide, because if I were to go to the comic store and get a lot of these comics I wanted, and a lot of these comics I would buy, $60 is what I'd be paying. So getting them for $27.95, great deal. Just like pretty much all of the comic services. If you're just talking about cover price and you're talking about wanting to get a fixed amount of comics to grow your collection, or just to get some new books to read that you are surprised by. I love all of these comic services, and Comic Mystery Box is one of them. They did a really good job. I really liked a lot of the comics. Ton of number 1s. I think only 2 of the 15 or 3 of the 15 were not number 1s. So I mean that's pretty cool. Most of them were Marvel Now, and Marvel Now is kind of they're kind of getting they've done a lot of changes and things like that. So those aren't going to be as valuable as they were before, but they're still good reads, and they're still all comics that I don't have. There was one comic I do have, and that was it. Everything else were surprises, but they were good surprises. I loved all the rebirths. So again, not as customizable as Comic of the Month Club, but value-wise, looking great. This comic, or this box, Dave over at Comic Mystery Box was nice enough to send it to me. I wouldn't be surprised if I just subscribed, because I like what they put together here. Great value, great gifts as well. So good job. I don't really grade the comic boxes, but this is definitely one that, just based on this one, I could recommend to you. So definitely click that link down below if you are interested in checking them out. They've got a pretty good website, kind of lays it all out for you. They've got multiple month subscriptions, which brings that total down even more from that $27.95. That includes shipping as well, if I didn't mention that before. So definitely check them out. It's something that I kind of see myself getting, if not every month, then at least, maybe I'll do a multi-month subscription and collect a nice big bundle of comics from them, because they did a good job with this first one. So let me know what you think of Comic Mystery Box down in the comments below. As always, hit us up with a like. Hit those buttons off to the side there. check out Patreon if you want. You can hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And then all of our social media as well. So until next time, I will see you later. That's it for me. Bye-bye.